everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I've got my stack of eyeshadow palettes here for my Zodiac Panner update. I wish I could say this was a great update, but it's not. I do have one pan, but I have neglected a lot of my makeup this last month. I've had my parents stay with us and we just have been out in the sun and I've been wearing less makeup and just, you know, I don't know, relaxing around a lot of my projects the last month. So yeah, a lot of these shades that I have in the Zodiac Panner have gone neglected. So basically this is a project created by Caena, Caena's Closet. I'll link her channel down below. We did this through the Fantastic Ladies last year and a bunch of us continue doing it. It's just a project pan for all the zodiac signs, and each zodiac sign has different colours associated to it. And I decided to do eyeshadow. I did eyeshadow last year and a bunch of other people did eyeshadow last year. And I think they're still doing it this year and I decided to do it this year. So anyway, this is my second update, I believe. Yeah, second update, and yeah, just started a few months ago. And I think I'm going to do reverse order, which is strange, but I have them stacked. You can see the bottom one here, but I'll start with the bottom and then last. So normally we start at Aries and we go through all the zodiacs. I'm going to start at Pisces and work myself backwards. So it's going to be a little bit odd. But it's the way I've had it laid out. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. I think I'm going to do it that way. It might be a massive mistake, but I have it here. Let's just do it like that. So the first one is Pisces, and for Pisces I pick a yellow. So I picked a yellow in my BH Cosmetics Summer in Saint-Tropez, which is the shade Intoxicating. I actually used this twice this month. It's got a pretty nice dip in it, but you see there is no pan yet, but I do think if I carry on using it then I should be able to hit pan on it maybe next time. Actually, if I use it, I want to say maybe at least 3 or 4 more times and I'll have a pan. So that one I've used three times, no, twice. Oh sorry, I only used twice this month, oopsies. Next one is going to be Aquarius, and this is a turquoise. So I picked a shade from my Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. This is the shade Haze, and I've used this only once. I actually had it in the project last year, and I thought, oh, let's just roll it back into the project, and I have yet to really do anything with it. I used it once last time and once this time, so only twice in the last 2 months, which is rubbish. And with what I know with Huda Beauty mattes, because I have hit pan on a few of them, they take me around the 20+ mark use. So I have a ways to go with this one before I'm going to hit pan. I need to start using it. This one is Capricorn, and this is a navy blue. So I picked a navy blue for my Odin's Eye Mini Ocean palette. The shade is called Under the Sea, and I have used this once this month, which is right here. You can see there is quite a nice dip if it wants to focus, but yeah, still no pan. I thought that one time I was like, oh, maybe I'll get lucky and I'll hit pan, but I did not. So we'll just have to roll it on to the next month and maybe I can hit pan on it next time. That will be fun. Okay, moving on, we've got Sagittarius, and I picked a yellow. So this one was rolled in last month because I actually hit pan in the Sagittarius for when I did my intro, which was in another Nomad palette. So I decided let's keep it in the Nomad palette, but I picked a different one, and this is the Fête de Provence, and I picked the Fleur de Mimosa, which is right here, and I have not used this once, so there is no update on that one. I've got Scorpio, and I picked a purple from my Norvina. I picked the Celestial shade, and this one I have not used at all this month either, so that is a big fail as well. Alright, then we've got Libra, and I picked a blue, and I picked a blue from my Kaleidos palette, the Club Nebula, and I picked the shade Astro, which is right here. I actually have it on today. I've used this twice this month, so no pan, but I definitely have been trying to use it slowly but surely. I don't think I used this at all last month. No, I didn't. So yeah, I've used it twice. It's just a hard shade for me to use. It's just, you know, I don't use these shades very often, but I thought let's do a blue look today, and what better reason to use this. It's a beautiful shade. I actually prefer putting it on my lids with a brush as opposed to my fingers. I think it works better that way, but yeah, that one I've only used twice. Then we've got Virgo, and I picked a peach from my Miss Bliss palette from Colourpop, the shade Palo Santo, which is right here. This one I have used 3 times. I've used this the most out of all of them. I've been trying, you know, I would love to hit pan in this. It's an old palette for me, and I would love to just get another pan in there. I really like this shade, but it's just the type of shade that I don't need too much to get that impact. So I'm going to need at least maybe 10 more uses before I hit pan, I think. Okay, next we've got Leo, which is an orange, and I picked an orange from my Nomad palette, the Cartagena Magica palette. And this shade I've only used the once. Yeah, so I've massively failed on all of these pretty much. If I haven't used it, I've used it pretty much only one time, and that's about it. Then we've got Cancer, and I picked a green from my Technic days. And this one I have not used at all this month. So again, super short update. Okay, then we've got Gemini, which is a green, and I picked a green from my Stone Vibes palette from Urban Decay. I picked this shade right here, Jade, and I haven't used this one either. So there's of course no pan. And we've got Taurus. So again, I have a shade in my club, Nebula. So for Taurus, it was either a pink or a white. So I picked kind of a white that has a pink iridescent shade, which is the Nova shade. And this one I actually have hit pan. So this is my only pan that I've hit this month. But I've done it, so that's all that matters. You can see right there if it, I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, there's a pan in there now, so that's super exciting. So this one I've used 3 times, and then I hit pan in it. So I have another pan in this palette, which is really exciting. I have 3 pans now. Obviously all on this side where those beautiful shimmers are, because those are my favorite. I am actually working on this in my pan nose eyeshadows, so I'm hoping there'll be another pan here, and then of course I need to hit pan in that one. So, you know, this palette is getting lots of love, which is great, because I've had it for quite a while now. So that is my only one in pan, and then the last shade to talk about is Aries, which is red, and it's the shade Bark from my Yasmin palette from My Other Beauty, but I have not used this, so there's no update. So yeah, you can probably see why I did it in reverse order, because I left the pan till last. If I just did the other way, you know, you probably would have clicked off, I don't know. But yeah, there is not much for me to update in this project this month. But I'm happy with it, I'm fine. I mean, I've just been really busy and not concentrating on which shades to work on so much. It's just, you know, it's like that when you've got other things going on. And makeup has just been, you know, pushed aside a little bit. But I'm happy that I'm still seeing some progress on some shades. Obviously, there's a lot of shades there that I haven't touched at all, but I'm fine with that. There are 12 shades after all, so I can't expect 12 pans a month. But anyway, as I do this rolling style, I actually do need to replace the Nova shade in here. So I can either pick a pink or a white or both or whatever. I'm gonna pick this shade from the Mayali palette, the Yasmin palette. And this one is called Munasa, and it is a white iridescent. Ooh, there's a dog in here. This is a white iridescent shade. It's got like a more of a flip of purple, like icy purple, but I'm just gonna roll it in. So yeah, this one will be rolled in, and I suspect that it won't be too hard for me to hit pan on that, because I already have quite a lot of use on there. It is a nice shade after all. It's very crumbly as well, so I think I definitely will be able to hit pan in this. And yeah, and we'll have to just wait and see how I do in the next month. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!